Sis. Hello, boys that I saw yesterday. How are you guys? Good to
Good,
see you.
thanks. How are you?
It's like we're a family that gets to see everybody every day. Awesome. We should do this every day together. Cool. Okay, so I will be Nico. I need your superpowers so I can share the screen, and then we're gonna get started. So we can start this as soon as possible, so we can leave time for questions and
Yeah,
answers.
not a problem at all. Let me. So I allowed you now to share your screen, so it should be okay by now.
Thank you. Thanks. Cool, guys. So let me just stop presenting and we'll get started. So welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the 7th event that we do last couple of months for Study New South Wales. So thank you, Study New South Wales, for inviting us to share expertise or tips and years of being entrepreneurs, summarizing it into a 1-hour masterclass. Nick and I are really excited because we love talking about saving time to be more productive, because we do love having our own lifestyle and having our own time to do other things as well. So being productive is so important, because we can see that we've got 24 hours in a day as wow, it's so much time, or it's not enough time. So we need to hack ourselves to be as productive as possible so we can achieve all of our goals. But before we get started, I just wanted to invite you guys to connect with Nico and I and all of the team at Entrepreneurs through Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and as Nick was presenting, I will be sharing all of our contact details here on the side box. And this is getting recorded on Zoom, which means that each and every single one of you guys gets to keep a copy of the recording. So just send us a message afterwards and we can send you a copy of the recording. And if you want just the slides, they're there for you as well. So just send us a message. So today we thought of being creative and doing it differently. Instead of talking about productivity and just apps and hacks and tools, we decided to divide productivity into 4 steps. Number one is doing what you love. Because when we do what we love, we're going to get better results. Step number 2 is looking after our health. If we feel good, we're automatically more productive. Then obviously, we're going to be talking about project management tools and tech tools that we can use to hack and get better results for us to be productive. And then to finalize, I thought I'd talk a little bit about finance, because I know it's a topic that a lot of you guys have asked me nonstop for the last 3 weeks since the beginning of lockdown on how do I manage my money? How do I make the most of my time to make more money? So yes, so today you guys are going to be getting given 4 times more than what you probably came for, because we just think that just a productivity tool is not enough if you haven't taken consideration what makes you happy. How are you looking after your health? How you put yourself through the state of flow? But also, how do you manage your time so you make more money? And how much money do you need to actually manage your time, and vice versa? So everything we're going to be talking to you guys about will only give you results. And I'll say this again and again, every time we catch up online, it will only give you results if you take action. So even if you implement just 1% of what you learned today, please do at least 1%, but you need to take action. And again, you guys get to keep the recording and the slides. You can review. You guys can ask me and Nico through LinkedIn and Instagram. Any questions you guys have, we're here to support you guys. I know that a lot of you guys are already part of the community, and you know that when you write to me, I reply. I care about you guys progressing every day, but you need to take action, please, or else you're not going to be able to see results and you're not going to be able to be more productive. So let's talk about one of my favorite topics, which is happiness. You need to do what you love. Have you realized that the times that you were the most successful in achieving things that you wowed even yourself is when you were doing what you love? So next time, before you even consider how can I make the most of my next 24 hours, just go, what is it that I love doing? Because the things that you love doing are the ones that are going to give you better results, which automatically puts you in the state of flow and productivity. As we know, life is full of challenges every day, and not just life, but our entrepreneurial journey or also our career. It is all a mess. It's full of up and down every day. So the more you know yourself, the more you can be emotionally intelligent and connected with yourself, the better results you're going to be able to get. So before we talk about your happiness even, I want you guys to take some time over the next few days to do some personality tests, so you can know more about yourself. Because if I ask each and every single one of you guys, describe yourself, make a list of 100 things that you want to improve and you're not good at, you're going to make that in a second. Now, if I ask you guys to make a list of 100 things that you do really well, you're going to struggle in answering. And I don't understand why. I don't know why we've done that. Why has the world, our bosses, why has the school system taught us to be better at the things we're bad at? We need to do exactly the opposite. We need to focus on getting better at the things we're good at. We need to get better at the things we enjoy. And this is why entrepreneurs like myself, every day I have at least one person every hour that says, Paula, you're crazy. And I'm like, you're crazier for not being happy and doing what you love every day. And why am I able to progress? Why am I able to have so much productivity every single day? Why is it that in one day I achieve more than most people in a year? Sometimes in a day I do more than a lot of people do in 10 years. And Nico has worked with me for a long time and he knows that this is a fact. The reason why I'm able to achieve so much is because I know myself. And I know that my strengths are literally the opposite of Nico's. And this is why I work with Nico every day, because we complement each other. Today I had something, I'm like, Nico, help. And those other things, he's just like, P, I'm going to let you do it because you're better at it. And there's a million other things that he does better than me. But we need to take time to connect with ourselves. So Nico and I personally, we do personality tests. We test each other and giving each other feedback on areas that I want him to get better at. And he also helps me. But we focus on getting ourselves coaches so we can improve on the things we do well. And the things that Nico doesn't enjoy doing, or the things I don't enjoy doing, we do it for each other. So we work as a team that supports each other. So we at Accountpreneurs have created a free ebook on emotional intelligence that has a lot of tips. So send us an email to info, and then you'll get a copy of this book, and has about 30 activities for you to better know yourself. This is absolutely free. It's a gift for you guys. Do each and every single one of these activities. If you've got any questions, just ask us for feedback, but they're pretty straightforward and very easy. So, and 3 tests that Nico and I personally absolutely love are these 3. I love the Bossy DNA because it divides you into 4 types of entrepreneurs. Are you a builder? Are you someone that finds opportunities? Are you a specialist or an innovator? Are you someone that connects 2 dots that have never been connected? Are you someone that sees a little bakery and you're like, wow, I could franchise that? Are you a specialist? You'd rather be in a laboratory or behind your computer coding a solution? What type of leader are you when it comes from an entrepreneurial perspective? How do you drive change out into the world? By using your natural strengths. And the honest reason is that whatever you are, you're not going to change, guys. The tendency is for you to get better at the things you're good at and worse at the things you're bad at. And this is what true leaders do. We acknowledge what we do well and we focus on getting better. And let everyone call you crazy. Just do what you love every day. The other one that is very good is called the disc. Well, because this is life, right, Nico? Why do you agree so much on this? Why is it so important to understand yourself?
Well, it's first thing is that it's really important that you have you are very much aware of yourself and you are very much aware of what your strength, what your weaknesses. So you could use those as the leverage on how you can improve your life and how you attack, how you approach your the way you work and how you can create more productivity. So let me just dive right into the Myers-Briggs personality test. Guys, I really encourage you to take this test. It's online. You can get it online for free, and you can get also a very valid result. The reason I love this, I actually done this with my team as well at the academy. Well, not in a way, I did not force them, but I encouraged them to take it because it's a really good kind of exercise that you have a good understanding of yourself. It's going to really help you on how you can use your strength to leverage in your work, to leverage in your project, and how you can also use your weaknesses. How just understanding your weaknesses, it will also help you how you can improve it. In a way, I discussed this with Paul as well, that your weaknesses can be your biggest strength as well, and your strength can be your biggest weaknesses as well. So just have that kind of understanding. And the reason I'm really promoting this Myers-Briggs, it's because you can understand where what kind of in terms of where you're getting your energy. It's either you would know if you are an introvert and extrovert, and these 2 type of personality has different sources of energy. So, which is why this is one of the things that I highly promote. Have a time to take it online, guys. So just for free, and it will give you a lot of good details. I personally, I am INFJ, and since the day I've learned it, I love it. I just love it. Back
and
to
it's
you,
great because it helps you master yourself, but also helps you master your team around you, so you can get them to be productive. So what Nico has done many times with us at Academy is he created quizzes, and we had to guess who in the company has these type of personalities. Because then when we're building new projects or new strategies, we pull those key talents into the project so they can solve and involve the business and develop solutions a lot faster. Another one that we use at Academy before we hire anyone. So we look at the top 3 applications when we are interviewing. And before we call them for an interview, even if it's the phone interview as the first one, we send them the e-disc to see what type of personality do they have. Are more on the dominant, influential? Are they more of a steady learner and leader, or more focused on the compliance? And you might go, wow, one is good, one is not good. No, it isn't. All of them are good, but needed in different positions. If you're going to hire a manager, a supervisor for the marketing department, for the sales department, or maybe the operations department, you want them to have different skills. And these tests, they don't let people lie to you and manipulate you. Because on the resume, we can see people will go, oh, I'm great at team building. But then on the disc test, it'll be like, I can see that you're not so much on the communication side or the inspirational side and so forth. And sometimes that's good. My right-handed account spinner that does all of the operations for us, he's very focused on steady and compliance. And that's what I need Lewis to be amazing at, because he builds the operation for the organization. Now, our sales team at Account Spinners, I need them to be very good on the dominant and influential. The digital marketing and social media team, they need to be very good at this one. And I don't really need them to be compliant because they're building the social media campaigns. They need to be influential and creative. So the more you know yourself, the more you can mold your team and project around giving the results based on yourself and the colleagues that you have, because we all know that the only way we'll be able to create impact and productivity for our businesses is by having a team. And honestly, I suggest you even to use this if you're hiring freelancers. Even if they're just going to be doing 2 hours a week, that's fine. It's important for you to know that. The second thing that I want to talk to you guys about, I had this unbelievable coach coaching me for many years around productivity. And his background, he was actually the CFO of Sephora, the famous makeup company. And I remember I was very stuck working long hours. Like I was absolutely exhausted. Loved what I did, but I was exhausted. I was close to burning out. And then he made me make a list of all of the things. He said, Paula, get a piece of paper and fold it in half. On one side, write all of the things that you love doing, and the other side, write all of the things that you hate doing. Then we looked at it and like, which ones are giving us results that have put me in the state of flow of productivity? Obviously, the things that I love doing, I did really well. And the things that I hated were taking a long time. I was making mistakes and it was exhausting me. And then we looked at how much did it cost the business to offer each one of the services, the things that I loved and the things that I didn't like, and what sort of results was I getting. And then we realized that number one thing that I love doing is communicating. I love being on stage. I love a microphone. I love being on airplanes and doing global impact work. That's me. A lot of people are super scared of public speaking, but I personally love it. I've always loved it. And then we realized that every time I went on stage, I could charge $12,000. And one of the things that I hated the most was data entry. I hate it because I'm dyslexic. I speak 6 languages, so my brain cannot focus on one language. I make spelling mistakes, I make typing mistakes. I type too fast because my brain thinks too fast. So when I type, I make mistakes. And then we realized that data entry was something that I could outsource to other countries for $6 an hour. So can you see? The things that I loved paid $12,000 an hour. The things that I hate doing was $6 an hour. So by me focusing on the things that I loved and acknowledging, look at the result, $12,000 compared to $6 an hour. So what did I do? I then built strategies where I was no longer doing data entry. I was no longer doing things that my brain got really bored and couldn't focus on. Because my brain, I like big, complex projects. Don't give me something little, because I'll be so bored, I won't even get started. And that's me. Lewis from our team loves when I give him really tricky little things and then he builds a big map out of it. I'm the other way around. Give me something big and I'll solve it in a second. From up in, and he focuses from bottom in. And then we work, we're like yin yang, Lewis and I at Account Spinners. Every project, one needs the other because we complement each other perfectly. So another thing that you need to do to achieve better results is learn how to say. We as leaders and as entrepreneurs, when we start our journey, we think that we need to say yes to everything because every opportunity could turn into money. Every opportunity could be a yes that you can't say no because people won't like us. But the reality is, the reality is that the more no's you say, the more yeses you will get. Wait, what is happening to my? So let me just go to the next slide. So oh my god.
Miss Paula is having a technical issue. Miss Paula is having a technical issue.
Can you guys hear me?
We can now, or I can.
Can too.
Awesome, perfect.
Cool.
Amazing. Okay, this is Steve Jobs, one of the most productive leaders we've ever seen in our life. Can you guys hear me? And he said you have to learn how to say no so you can concentrate on the important things that are going to give you results. So, oh my god. Hello.
Can you hear us? Guys, can you still hear?
Yes, I can. I don't.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, good suggestion, Yoga.
One second.
Zara.
What happened?
Okay. I think we can pause everyone's video just for the sake of discussion. So we because I think this one is using a lot of bandwidth.
Let me just see what is happening. Maybe I will. Can you guys? Oh my god. Let me just close the window and I'll open it again. 1 second. If you just refresh the page, maybe that will help us.
I'll try to share my screen so you can get the copy from me. Guys, can you still hear Paula?
I can't hear Paula. I can hear you.
Okay, cool. I think there's something, it has something to do with their connection, I guess.
Okay.
Hi guys, sorry about the technical issue right now. So let me know if you guys can see my screen. I'll continue from, I'll focus on the project management. It's project management because it's my expertise. So
Okay.
and then Paula can just go back to where she left off. But let me know if you
Okay.
guys can see my screen.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, cool. So let me just go. Is it all good now? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay, cool. So guys, let me just take over this one, and I'll be discussing with you the importance of project management and how the project management can be a tool and how it can lead us to our daily productivity, be it part of our daily lives or be it part of our work or part of our studies. So today, project management is basically what I breathe in and breathe out on a daily basis. When I became the project management director for a startup company based in New York, and it basically helped me as well on how I can understand my rhythm and how I can use my body clock and my body rhythm to become more productive and to how to do an effective project management. So right now I'll be discussing with you some of the tips that I've learned along the way. It's basically based from experience. So I'm sharing with you based on experience. It can be different from one person to another, but some can be just general kind of a rule. So one of the things that I want you to guys remember out of this discussion would be being busy does not always equate great productivity. There's a lot of people out there that can have a full pack, can have a jam-packed schedules on their calendar, and they can be very busy all day, but it doesn't necessarily create some kind of productivity. One of the examples is that you can have a lot of meetings, but those meetings does not create productive result or does not create a result that you want it to happen. So you can just have multiple meetings in a day. You can be very busy in a day, but again, it doesn't create some sort of productivity. So one of the things I want you to remember is that there's a way on how we can equate being busy to being productive. And one of the tips that I wanted to share with you guys is that before starting any projects, be it at school, work, or personal projects, I myself have multiple projects, and one of the things so project management helps me a lot in a way. It's because, for example, I do a lot of work for Academy of Entrepreneurs, and I run my own company. I run my own tech startup, and I also run my food corporation. So having multiple projects in a given day or in a given time, I need to be very on top of all my games. And before I would start doing any projects, be it personal, again, I need to have a clear understanding of what are the project scopes and what are the goals. So one of the things that I do based from experience is that I would have a mental run of what a successful project looks like to me. So in a way, you can also do it, guys, on how you can have a visualization of what is a successful project to you? You have to have that kind of definition of what it looks like, what a successful project looks like, and then you can also try to work it backwards. In my case, I always try to, I would say that I always try to start with an end. I'll visualize in my head of how I wanted this project to be successful, and from there, so I already have at least a goal. Then I will try to understand how I can now do things to make sure that I'll reach that goal. Another tips I'll be sharing with you guys is that create a project plan that really works for you. You can have multiple project plans, or you can create a very beautiful plan, but it needs to be a plan that would really work for the project that you're working on. So one of the things and how you can do that is you just need to be very strategic on how to implement the plans. That includes putting the right people. So as part of my experience, especially in my tech startup, I need to figure out when we started the project, I basically onboarded people that I believe that can contribute to the success of the project. And I never tried to understand what are their domain expertise. So that was one of my mistakes. But I've learned from that mistake, and I became very more strategic on how I put the right people into the right project. So my pro tip for you guys is that you have to onboard the people with the right domain expertise. For example, my main
phone call. Oh, no, let me think. Okay.
sorry, can we guys put ourselves on mute? If
Sorry.
no, it's okay. Just kind of a reminder. So one of my pro tips for you guys on how you can do this and how you can be strategic with your with the implementation of the plans is that make sure that you onboard the right people, especially the people with the right domain, the right expertise in their domain. For example, in my experience, when I launched my tech startup, my main expertise is I'm a business founder, so I know how to run the business. I know how to manage the business ins and out. But it's because we are a tech company, I need to make sure that I have the right people that have the right understanding of different tech stacks. So in my case, what I did was it's because I only have a little knowledge of the technology that I want to develop. I just basically hired a co-founder that has the main expertise, so we can make sure that the project will become successful and we can implement it the right way. And this is needless to say, but I'm gonna say it, guys, that part of the tips or part of the effective ways and how you can run a successful project and how you can become productive in your project is keep an open communication with the team. If you're working by yourself, that's good. You can be transparent with yourself of what are the goals you wanted to achieve and what are the challenges. Even if it's challenges that you encounter, you have to be honest and you have to keep an open communication with your team. One of the examples I can give you guys is when we're creating a new project at the Academy of Entrepreneurs, we wanted to have a new system for automation for some of the things that we are doing repetitively. And so a lot of people, a lot of team members in that project have a lot of suggestions and have a lot of tools that they wanted to use, but none of us are communicating very well. So when we jump into a meeting and say what are the tools that we need to use, a lot of us did not agree to what kind of tools this is, where we did not communicate prior. So it's always important that you keep an open communication with the team, and even though it's a hard kind of conversation, be self-transparent. It's because if they don't understand what's going on, your team doesn't know how to respond as well. And if you're not giving that kind of visibility to what the problem is, what are the challenges, you would know who in the team can help you solve the problems. It's really important as well that you guys being transparent and have the balls to have that heavy conversation, that have the guts to basically talk the hard stuff, the difficult stuff. And also, one of the things that you can do is you have to delegate the task accordingly. Again, it's coming from understanding what are the scopes of your project, and you have to make sure that you delegate to the right people. Because even if you delegate the task, but you did not delegate it to the right person that can do the job, then you can already expect some kind of failure in the project. And this is very important. This is one of my mistakes when I was still a newbie in the project management field. We failed to document everything. In my head at the time is that, well, I can remember things, but we have this tendency that we keep on forgetting things. So it's always my personal recommendation to always document everything, be it on, regardless if you are documenting it in Word, in Excel, or in your WhatsApp or in Slack, regardless, it's still important for you guys to have to document everything so you would know what are the progress that's happening within your project. And it's also important that you monitor the progress of the project. It's because without monitoring your project, you would know also on how you're progressing and how you can help us. If you're the team lead of the project, you would know how to jump in to help the team achieve the goals and how to finish the project. And also, it is important for you guys to put milestones and metrics to measure the progress. So regardless if your milestone is, regardless if your metric or your milestone is, you wanted to see what are the deliverables of the team being delivered according to its timeline. So even if that's just the milestone, that's just the metrics, it's still important for you guys to have milestones. In my case, what I did was I put milestone of what are the things that needs to be achieved for this week, and by the end of the week, I need to check back with my team if they're able to deliver or if they're able to measure or to achieve that milestones. And another tip that I wanted to discuss with you guys is how you can use a project management tool that you are comfortable with. So basically, when you are running a project, we all know, if you are a project management person, we all know that there's a lot of project management tools that you can use, but it's always also important that you are using a tool that you are comfortable with. But have an alignment with your team. Make sure that a high number or a high percentage of the team members in your project is they should be familiar with the project management tool that you're using, be it Asana, Basecamp, Notion. Those are some of the examples of the project management tools that you can use, but make sure also that it's something that you can work with. Otherwise, even if it's the best project management tool, but if you are not familiar with it, or you're not comfortable using it, then it doesn't make sense. And one of the tips again that I wanted to share with you is always check in with your team and appreciate them too. So this is one of the things I've learned on how I can manage my team and how I can manage my people at the same time, how I can manage my projects. We have a so-called daily stand-up. So at the academy, it's because we are progressing very well, and the growth of academy is also on a fast pace now. So we created this kind of check-ins with everyone, that we need to have a daily check-ins, and we have also a weekly team stand-up. And whenever your team achieve a milestone or they have over-delivered, make sure that you appreciate them too. It's sometimes it feels good to be appreciated, and it feels good as well that your effort that you're contributing to the team are being recognized by your peers. And one of my pro tips for you guys, I have been practicing this matrix a long time ago. Even I have known this this name. So there's a matrix called RASI. It basically stands for responsible, accountable, consulted, and informed. So this kind of matrix is very effective when you are running a cross-functional project. So for example, you are trying to put in a lot of department heads for a specific project. So using the RASI matrix is really good. One is that you can identify who is responsible for a specific set of goals or elements in that project. And then you can also understand who would be the accountable person for the subsets of the project. And consulted is that it's important that you consult your team as well. It's basically having an alignment with your team. And inform is that it's basically you are informing the people that that's part of the project, but not necessarily has that decision power that they need to make, but they still need to be informed just for the alignment of everyone. And I think this is the last. You have to identify and remove unnecessary repetitive tasks. Automation is your best friend. We have also done this in the academy. Before, when we were just starting our digital platform for our online classes for our international students, we used to do it manually, and it's very repetitive for every term. So what we did was we realized that it's more efficient to do automation. So what we did was part of the project that we're running now at the academy is how we can automate the issuance of the certificate. Because before we used to do that on a very manual process, and it takes a lot of time. You could have used that time for other project or for something else that can be very useful for you or can be very productive. So there's a lot of automation that you can think of, but always find a way on how you can automate it. There's an in-house automations. Basically, it's you guys creating that kind of internal process, how you can automate a specific task to help you achieve your goal faster. And there's also external automation. It's basically you are trying to figure out what are the tools that can help you in terms of automation. So for example, one of the external tools I'm using is Boomerang. Boomerang is an extension that I'm using in Google. So I can have that capacity to send or to schedule my emails. So if there are emails that I need to send on a specific day, but I know I have a meeting on that specific time, so I can't attend or I can't make that email. So what I do on my free time, I would schedule already the email that needs to be sent out on that specific date and specific time. And this is also one of the things I want to talk to you about, guys. We have discussed what are the efficient ways on how you can run your project management, how you can run it successfully. Now we need to, I feel that it's also important for you guys to understand what are the tools that you can use in creating or in running your project or managing your project. So these are some of the tools that worth considering. You can take a screenshot of it, and then you can just, if you don't know how to, do it, it's okay. You can do a little bit of research, and then you can figure out along the way on what's best for you or what would work for you. So I'm just gonna mention Asana. This is very popular for the project management guys. Basecamp also is pretty similar to Asana. Trello is also similar to Basecamp and Asana. Notion as well. Notion and GitHub. These are the tools that I would recommend if you are in the tech development side. If your business or if your project is in the tech development, then these are the good tools that you can check out later. Mirrorboard as well is I personally recommend this. It's because it's basically like a whiteboard. If you wanted to do real-time planning with your team, but you are doing it remotely, Mirrorboard is one of those tools that I can recommend. Todoist, you can check this out later, but it's also an extension in your Google Chrome that you can just put. So it's like your digital to-do list. That's why it's called Todoist. Boomerang, I have mentioned that earlier. Snove email tracker. This is one of the things that one of the tools that's very helpful to me. It's because I can know if the people I would know if the people receives my email, have already opened it. So I would know also if I need to make a follow-up with them or whatnot. And one of the pro tips I can give you is you have to be very strategic as well with what kind of tools to use in your project. Choose what works for you and for your team. And this is just a little hacks or little secrets that I can share with you guys on how you can create big productivity. So I'm gonna let you I'll let you know some of my little secrets in hacking my productivity. This is just personal, so it can mean different also to you. But one of the things I do, like I always do this, I always carry around a pen and a notebook. I know this is really old school, this is very traditional, but for me, it really helps me in a way because I don't know, or you don't know when the creative idea will strike. So having a pen and a notebook ready, I can always have something to write on. So because you can also do that in your phone if you don't like carrying pen and notebook. But in my case, I really like doing this. And one of my little secrets, like I always love having a brewed black coffee in the morning. No sugar, just brewed black coffee. It helps me with my my brain to function very well. And then another thing that I found that's really helpful for me in making sure that I'm being productive is I take another shower, regardless if I already taken a shower on earlier time. But if I feel sluggish and I run out of ideas, I just basically go to the shower room, take a shower. But this only works if I'm home. Of course, I can't do this if I'm in the office. But if it's because right now I'm basically working from home, so I do this most of the time. And one of the things I do is that on how I can be very productive is if I'm really tired, I take a nap. It's either take a nap in the afternoon or take a nap in the late evening because I work long hours as well. And one of my pro tips for you guys is you have to understand your body rhythm. This is one of the things I was talking earlier. You have to understand your body rhythm, your body clock, and you can use it for your own advantage. Like in my case, I know that I can work very well on the afternoon. So there were times that I would wake up late in the morning because my body is very productive in the evening or in the afternoon. And I think this is going to be my last. Let me check if Paula is already back.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, cool.
Awesome. I was listening to you quietly here in the back. Can you do the clicking for me? Because I've got so many tabs open. I think that's what's slowing it down and like hacked me out of it. So if you could do the clicking wherever you want me to go back. I don't know if it's in the health space. Maybe we're going to the health where I'd stopped.
Not a problem at all. Let me. You were at the health section.
Yes, yeah. So if you go back, it will be a pink slide called health. Because I wanted to talk to you guys about, so for you to be productive, first you need to understand like what makes you happy and how can you hack your health to be productive? Because if you're not feeling good, you're not going to be able to get the results. And I love when Nico was talking about the coffee and the showers in between. It's whatever suits your health, because when we feel good, the results will come naturally. So Nico, next slide, please. So when we talk about health, no, next one forward, the other way.
Sorry.
So yeah, next one more. Yeah. So our head has around 80,000 thoughts a day. Out of those 80,000 thoughts we have a day, 80% of them are negative and 95% of them are the same as the day before. So next time you catch yourself saying, I'm not productive, I can't do this, you need to stop and tell your brain, where's this thought coming from? And why am I thinking that it's impossible? Why am I thinking it's hard? And how can I tell myself that it is possible and it's going to be easy and I'm going to be able to achieve my results? So next slide, Nico, please. And what you need to do is rewire your brain to not let negative thoughts into it, because, next slide, Nico. So when we have a growth mindset, everything is possible. So when we put ourselves in the state of panic and negativity, it narrows our thinking, it limits our understanding of what's happening in the world. It causes us to react and it shrinks the opportunities. It has a more lasting effect. You know, like when you have something negative happening, you remember it again and again. But when something good happens, you forget it really quickly. So you need to rewire your brain to focus on the positivity and push the negativity away. And it also reduces your performance. And this is why we're here today, to boost our productivity. When we have a growth and positive mindset, we are very creative for problem solving. Me personally, the bigger the problem, the more excited I get, because it's just so cool that you overcome the challenges again and again and again. And that's what you need to do. When you see a problem, how can I solve it? How can I have fun along the way? How can you be more open towards opportunities? And how can you hack solutions? So the more you have a growth mindset, the more you're going to be able to achieve a lot faster. Next slide, Nico, please. So a growth mindset is the key to cleaning your mind so you can be positive and productive. Next slide, Nico. Thank you. And you're probably wondering, okay, how am I going to be more positive and more productive? So I'm going to teach with you guys over the next few slides. Nick, if you want to click on the next 2 slides, I'm going to teach you guys how you can biohack. So more you hack your health, the more you're going to be able to be productive. So biohacking is listening to the signs in your body to put yourself through the state of productivity and flow. Next one, Nico. So when you are biohacking, what does biohacking mean? It means that anything you put in your body will have an effect. Depending on the music or what you eat, your body will react differently. And this is why a lot of us as adults, we say, I need my coffee to be productive. Does the coffee have that effect on you? Yes, the caffeine does have an effect. Half of the effect is mentally you choosing to allow the coffee to make you more productive. The other half, your body gets hacked through coffee and lighting and so forth. Next slide, Nico. Nico, I need to do a lot of clicking. So music, when you want to go for a fast run, you put very fast music. When you want to slow down, you put a calmer music. So can you see how the foods, the music around you has an effect on how you are productive? Next one, Nico. So our body, like a computer, like an app on a phone, is very complex. So if you open, like what I had on my computer, if I have too many tabs open, it slows me down. So it's about you taking time and acknowledging. So I have absolutely hacked my health. And the way that I've hacked my health is I pay attention. So I, for many weeks, put alerts in my phone where every hour I would stop, my alarm would ring on my phone and would help me stop and realize, how am I feeling and how can I feel better and more productive? Next one, Nico. So these are some of my favorite hacks. Bulletproof coffee. First thing I do when I wake up, first thing is I make myself a coffee with a spoon of coconut oil, because a combination of the high fat and the caffeine gives me energy for the whole day. Next one. Second hack that I have is all of my computers, my iPad, my computer, all of my phones, they have this system on it that the Apple computer, you can automatically code it, or if you don't have an Apple computer, you can also download this. It's called Flux. And what it does, it changes the light of the screen on your phone, on your computer. Because have you noticed that sometimes you are working long hours, and then when you're working long hours, your eyes start getting tired and you go to bed and you want to sleep, but you can't sleep? That's because of the lighting that is reflected on from these screens. So put a screen, you can literally buy a screen on it, but I like the digital one and I feel that it has a huge impact. So right now it's almost 7 o'clock in Sydney. From the next hour onward, my screen is going to go darker and darker and it becomes orange. And then the darker it gets, the less it will hurt my eyes and the easier I can sleep afterwards. Next one, Nico. Another thing is eating the right things. Have you noticed that the healthier you eat, the more productive and the better you feel? Yes, a bar of chocolate is delicious. Some potato crisps, amazing, Pringles, or sneakers, all that stuff is amazing, but it doesn't make you feel good and productive afterwards. If you wake up and you have a healthy day, if you start the day with a nice coffee and water with lemon, and you eat fruit, and the whole day you have health practices, you're going to be a lot more productive. To listen to the effects. I've been seeing that here in Australia, a lot of people are lactose intolerant, gluten intolerant. If you are intolerant, don't touch those foods, because every time you eat them, your body is not going to react positively towards it, which then disturbs your energy level and it kills your productivity. So it's very important. And this is where you see most entrepreneurs, they're skinny, they're healthy, they're happy, and most of them are vegetarian. And I'm not telling you guys be vegetarian. I'm not telling you guys to stop eating something. But if you're eating something that doesn't make you feel good and kills your productivity, listen to your body, and maybe don't have that in working hours. Maybe have that on the weekend or after you finish doing all of your work. So listen to your body, because your body is giving you signs. And the more you listen to your body, the happier, healthier, and more productive you're going to be. Next one, please, Nico. Gratitude. I love starting the day by being grateful. And I saw recently, actually posted on Instagram last week, when you are grateful, your brain can't think of anything else. And when you're grateful, your head automatically rewires to be positive, which then gives you a growth mindset and gives you the possibility of solving more problems. So next time that you catch yourself feeling anxious or worried, make a list of the things that you're grateful right there in those seconds, and you will see that your head will shift towards positivity and will find a lot of solutions. Next one, Nico. Another thing that is very important is sleep. If you don't sleep, your anxiety will increase. Depression also, a lot of it is affected by lack of sleep. And I've even seen a lot of research saying that even diseases like cancer is coming from people that aren't sleeping enough. So pay attention to how many hours you sleep. I personally need 8 hours. If I don't sleep 8 hours for 2 days, my productivity automatically drops, and then I just cancel meetings and I sleep for extra the next day. So my sleep comes number one, then my health, and then my productivity. And I put it in that order. I make sure that and Nico's always watching me. He's just like, Paula, enough, go to bed. And he texts me because Nico lives in another country. So we organize that we're all productive with each other, but in different time zones. So we allow each other time to breathe and sleep and rest, right, Nico? We always look after each other's health as a team. All of us at Accountpreneurs, we always look after each other's health. Next one, Nico. Another thing is daily exercise, even if it's something like 15 minutes, and listen to your body. Me, personally, I love running. That is my favorite. Love running, and I love swimming. But when it's cold, I don't want to go for a run. So what do? In winter, I have spin bike at home. I do yoga and Pilates. In summer, I run and I swim. So it's important to do exercise, but listen to your body. Me, if I go for a run in the cold, it's going to exhaust me and it's going to kill my productivity because I'm going to feel tired. If I go for a run in summer, it gives me 10 times more energy to continue working. So adapt. And it's absolutely fine to change your sleeping powers, your sleeping hours. If you prefer being a morning and a night person, respect your body, respect your exercise, respect the food, respect the music around you. If you're working in an environment which is too noisy, maybe put headphones, or maybe work from a different level in your house. Or if it's COVID safe, go to a local library or work from the office, or don't work from the office. But listen to how everything is influencing how you feel and your productivity. Because if you're not listening to your body, you can have all of the apps. You can download every app Nico spoke about. They're not going to give you the results, right, Nico? It's very important for us to have a combination. Next one, please, my dear. And remember, next one, that any new practice you bring into your life, it takes 21 days for you to build a habit and 90 days for it to become automatic. So if you're going to start meditating or paying attention to what you're eating or using an app to make you more productive, the first 21 days is not going to feel natural. It takes 21 days for you to build a habit, and only 90 days after you've continuously done that, then it becomes part of your lifestyle. So do give yourself time. Listen to the signs that you're getting from your body, from your sleep, from your productivity, but also give yourself 90 days to really put yourself in the state of flow. So today is the 14th of July. So count 3 months and you'll see how much more you'll be able to achieve. Next one, Nico.
this is my topics, but we can
Okay,
skip this
if
one
you
because
want
we're done with
to
this.
go further with the productivity, because I put some of my personal hacks for productivity, because I manage 5 businesses on a daily basis. So the way that I manage is every day of the week, I focus on a different business. And for every day, so every one of my 5 companies has different goals for the week, the month, the semester, and the year. So I break it down. And on top of that, I use different colors. So this is, I got it out of Google. So that's not my diary because it has a lot of confidential things that I couldn't put in here. But red are things that are mega urgent, that no matter who calls me, my priority is getting the red thing done. I put in gray projects that have already been paid for and I need to deliver no matter what because it's already organized. I put in green any meeting that is about closing sales and growing the business. I put in purple everything to do with my lifestyle and my health. So going out for dinners and going to the park and going to the gym and things like that. So I've used different colors. And my goal as Paula is to have a nice mix. So I love organizing my diary a few days before, and then I like looking at my Google Calendar for the whole week. And I want to have a nice balance of colors. I want to have a lot of sales meetings because they're going to grow the business. I need to have a lot of purple to make sure that I'm looking after my health. Blue are all of the internal meetings with the team. So I've got everything color coded that just helps me build a stability and a foundation. And again, every day I have a different vertical because that's how I put myself in the state of flow. The more I can focus on one business a day, the more I'm going to be able to achieve results. So for example, every Thursday, I work in overseas projects for all of our delivery for our overseas clients. So if anyone calls me from Colombia, Ecuador, Philippines, India, Sri Lanka, I will push the meeting to a Thursday. Every Wednesday, I focus on the delivery of our company for high school projects. So every time we have a meeting that's brainstorming new products or closing a sale or hacking solutions or hiring people for that team, I focus on the day. So it's very important for you to see how you can put yourself through the state of flow. And I think that having different verticals, so if you are operating just one business, just have maybe one day they focus on marketing, one day on sales, one day in operations, one on human resources, and one on, it could be innovation and growth, or whatever it is that maybe you're delivering the service. You're a photographer and that's the day you're going to be doing the photography. In my case, I operate 5 businesses, so I have them divided into 5 days of the week, and every day has a different, it's almost like I'm the CEO of a different business every day. And this is why when you guys see me on Instagram, you see me running around achieving so much, because it's super focused. I've got a beginning, middle, and an end, and it's all designed into tasks where every 30 minutes I complete a different task. Next one, please, Nico. So what I've done is I've created a strategy into my life that is something that I saw actually on TikTok, and it's called time blocking, is where I block my day into 30-minute blocks. So at the same time that I operate 5 businesses, my day from 8 a.m. until midnight is designed into 30-minute blocks. So everything is in little chunks so that I can achieve and focus. Next one, Nico. And to do that, what I've done is I put alarms on my phone. So every 30 minutes, it rings. So that I know that when the alarm rings, it's time for me to finish the task and move on to the other. So I will literally put alarms on. The next 30 minutes, I'll do all of my WhatsApp. The next 30 minutes, I'll do all of my Instagram. So I can see some of you guys that have joined us today. We're friends on Instagram, and you'll see that I'll reply for 30 minutes nonstop, and you won't get any more replies from me for another day. They're the hours. If you look at my Instagram, I post early in the morning and really late in the afternoon. And in between, I'm not posting because I'm working on other parts of the business. So I work in blocks. So you might go, wow, Paula's done so much, but I've done so much in those 30 minutes and I don't go back to the task until it's another time allocated, maybe in that day or maybe on another day. Next one, Nico. So what I've done is I've also put time blocks on WhatsApp and emails. So emails, if you open your email right now, you could reply emails for the rest of your life and not clear out your inbox. So put blocks. I personally like doing 2 times a day my emails in blocks of maximum an hour in the morning and a maximum hour in the afternoon. I have a friend that only opens his email 2 days a week. So he replies to his emails on Tuesdays and Fridays. So when you send him an email, his email inbox will automatically reply, thank you for your email. If it's urgent, call me on my phone. If not, I'll reply to you on a Tuesday or on a Friday. So work your hour and you'll see that you're able to complete all of your tasks if you do it like that. Work in blocks and targets. Next one, Nico. And another thing that I've done is I've got a lot of energy, if you guys haven't noticed, a lot. And I have a lot of anxiety, but in a positive way. So what I've done is to help me focus and achieve more, I've removed all notifications from my phone. And again, this is why I don't reply to WhatsApps and Instagrams all day long, because I have no alerts on my phone. So every few hours, I open my WhatsApp or my Instagram to reply to messages. But I reply when it's the right time. I am not available on my phone 24 hours to be contacted. I don't even answer my phone calls. I give my phone to someone else and they will answer, and then they will screen to see if it's urgent for me to speak to or not. And you can do all of that. And you, like Nico was saying, automation is your best friend. You can automate all of that. You can even automate that your messages get automatically replied. You can put robots and bots and even on your WhatsApp. Next one, dear Nico. So to finalize, so we spoke about first being happy. You need to put yourself first in the state of you love what you do, because the happier you are, the more you're going to be able to achieve. Then second one is looking after your health. Is eating a bar of chocolate early in the morning or heavy meat for breakfast, is that going to give you energy for the rest of the day? Maybe it is. Maybe that's how your body's rewired. But in most cases, if you start the day by eating healthy, you're going to be healthy a whole day and you're going to feel good the whole day and be more productive, more focused. If having a coffee first thing in the morning helps you focus, do it. If it's a green tea, do it. But listen to the signs of your body, sleeping well, eating well, being grateful for things around the day. So once you've mastered your happiness and your health, that's when you then go, what am I trying to achieve? How am I going to structure my day? What are the tools that Nico showed that I'm going to be able to get results? Then start testing. And there's different tools that will have different benefits. No tool is perfect, but different tools will give you different results. Then you see what tools are you going to use. And once you start using those tools, you need to make sure that your team uses the same tools, or else you're going to have miscommunication. There's no point of you having everything on, let's say, Trello, and your team is talking on WhatsApp, or you put everything on WhatsApp and your team doesn't read WhatsApp. I have someone that works at Accountability that for many years, he did not open WhatsApp. And I'm like, I can't communicate with you if you don't open WhatsApp. I need you for 2 hours a day to check your WhatsApp. And then he did, and we produced so much more. But I had to create that as a rule. And I know that that person doesn't like his phone, but now him checking his phone twice a day, we flow throughout all of the projects. So you as a leader, you're going to have to create habit for yourself and then put your team on the same one. Then finally is income, is knowing how can you best manage your money so you can achieve more. Because I don't want to see you guys being super busy and not having an income out of it. If you're just being busy and you're not getting paid, and if you're not getting enough money to pay for your cost of living, to manage your business and your team, that's not going to be motivating, which kills your happiness, your love for your business, your productivity, and also you're going to be stressed and not going to be able to perform. So, Nico, next one, please. So when it comes to income, you need to know absolutely all of your expenses without even looking at your bank account. But for now, stop today and make a list of all of your expenses. How much do you spend on rent by the cent? How much do you spend on supermarkets? How much do you spend on public transport? How many times you work long hours and you get an Uber? Is it once a week or is it actually every day? Is it costing you $20 a week of Ubers or $500? Because it adds up. How much you spend on your phone, on your internet, subscriptions such as Netflix. Honestly, you might say, oh, Netflix, $20 a month. That could be one new book. That one new book could change your life forever. Or joining a community or an online course for $20. Will that be more beneficial than Netflix? There's so much free information, even on YouTube. That's better than going and just watching a movie. Studies. How much does studies cost? And is it giving you a result? I see so many international students studying the wrong courses because the agents push them into it, or they're going down a PR pathway, and that's not even true. Study what you love. If you want to become an entrepreneur, study entrepreneurship. If you want to become an accountant, study accounting. If your dream is opening a restaurant, then study to be a chef or study entrepreneurship. But you need to value your time and the money and know it by the cent. If you need to go on holidays, I love going on holidays, so I save and I allocate a percentage of my savings every month to go on holidays. Going to the gym, that is not an expense. It can be an investment. But have you signed up maybe for 3 gyms? How many gyms? What is the best gym Again, summer, winter, spring. Do you need to pay for a gym in summer? Maybe not. You can go for a run and a swim at the beach. And entertainment. So you have to know your finances by the cent and cut out everything that you're not using. Anything that you go, I don't know if I need it, means it cuts out. Next one, Nico. Count every cent that you have and make sure that you save every cent because it does add up. Next one, Nico. Set your priorities and focus. Don't let your friends, your family, or anything else, TikTok or anything, defocus. It's your focus is to complete all of your emails in the next 2 hours. That's it. Don't answer phone calls. Don't go on Instagram. If your focus is saving money, stop going out. If your focus is getting more done, then look at the hours that you're sleeping to sleep enough hours so you can focus and be productive. If your focus is being an entrepreneur, drinking, partying is not going to help you. That lifestyle, put it in the past and focus on getting work done and being surrounded by people that push you up, that they have better techniques and are succeeding and are 5, 10, 20 steps ahead of you. Next one, Nico. As I said, you have to surround yourself with the right people. If you surround yourself by Nico every day, you're going to know more about productivity hacks. Your business is going to grow. You're going to be more focused. You're going to be healthier. Now, if you focus on having different groups of friends that aren't progressing in life, they're going to distract you and they're going to push you in the wrong direction. So focus on being around people that are more successful, more productive, that can push you up, because you're the average of the people around you. If you surround yourself with happy, productive, wealthy, successful people, the same is naturally going to happen for you. Next one, Nico. And have multiple incomes. Don't put all eggs into a basket. But remember, I was talking to you guys about the power of saying no. I've seen a lot of students getting given a great opportunity and they just take the next job because it pays an extra $1 an hour. But then maybe that job in something like lockdown will disappear. Someone called me today that we were about to work on a project. He took this little job and now COVID and he lost the job and he came to ask me for a position, but now I've given that position to someone else because he had a short-term view of his strategy. And now I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow, I'm not going to work with this person because this person doesn't have a long-term view and strategy and backup plan. So have multiple sources of income, have a part-time job, have a business, maybe do drop shipping, have some little side income. So when there's a lockdown or there's a change in the economy or change in currency or agreements between countries, or if your stock gets stuck in custom, you have multiple incomes. Next one. And to finalize, Nico's going to talk to you guys about setting goals, because the only way you're going to be able to progress is if you know where you're working towards and if you set goals. And what Nico was saying, you're celebrating your wins and the wins of the team, but you're also knowing that you are progressing, because there's nothing better every day than starting the day with goals and finishing by being grateful for everything that you've achieved. So over to you, Nico.
Thank you, P. That was really insightful. And guys, I'm not gonna take so much of your time because I know we are over the limit of our time. But let me just go straight to what are the productivity SMART goals and what kind of strategy they can set in place. So this is SMART. This abbreviation or this term is a worn out phrase that we've been using in project management. If you guys in project management, if you're into it, you might have heard this a million times. And so basically what SMART is, just to do a little recap, it's basically having a specific goal. So when you set a goal, make sure that's very specific. It should be action-based. You can set a specific goal. Instead of setting a general goal, like I want it to be reached, but that's a very general goal. But if you say that I want to achieve an income of 25,000 for the next 3 months, then you know that you are going to work for it because you have a specific goal. And also make sure that it's measurable. Again, always have a metrics on how you can measure your progress, and also make sure that it's achievable. It's something that you can achieve. It's something it's something that you have the resources, it's within your scope. And if it's not within your scope, make sure that you have someone that's within their scope or within their domain of expertise. They're also going to help you on how you can achieve your goal, and make sure it's relevant. So when I say relevant, it should be also realistic. But I say in a way that it should be relevant. It's something that you should be more focusing as well on how this can help you achieve your life goals, how this can help you align with your life purpose. Because let's be honest, sometimes you do a job, it's because we are bound to do that job. But if you do something that has connection to your life purpose, this is one of the things that we've been discussing at PE. And if you're interested to it, you can also ping us, because we have a very good topic that we can discuss. But that's for another topic. But when I say relevant, it should be something that connects and aligns to what your purpose in life, what you basically wanted to achieve, what kind of legacy that you wanted to leave in this earth. And it should be time bounded. Again, I've said this a million times. There should be a timeline to every goal that you're setting. Because without a timeline, you can just be very complacent. You can just very lazy, and you can just very lenient. It's because there's no time. You're not bounding your goal, your goal into time. So make sure that you put all the timeline. And this one is a free ebook again that I think that has been discussed by Paula. So I'm gonna stop right there. Again, if you guys have if you wish to get a copy of our emotional intelligence book, just ping us and we're more than happy to send you the copy of it. And I think that's pretty much it for today, guys.
Cool. Thanks, guys, for joining us. So any questions you guys have, we've just gone over 9 minutes over the time. So just send us a message. I've put here on the side, actually, let me put the info at aestudy.com. I've put here our email address. So email us for anything. Email us for questions, for what we're doing tomorrow. We are launching 21 free masterclasses that get sent to your email, because we don't want you guys wasting your time on Netflix and useless things. So if you aren't in our newsletter yet, send us an email to info@aestudy, and you'll be receiving 21 days. So the next 21 days of lockdown, you'll be receiving 21 one-hour masterclasses with a lot more tips, so you can progress and achieve all of your goals. So please send us a message. Let us know how we can help you. If you want a copy of today's slides, if you want a copy of today's videos, or if you want to sign up for our mailing list and receive more masterclasses, or just be on our mailing list so you can attend all of these events. Next week on Wednesday, we're doing an amazing event with Google on how to better negotiate and convert more sales. So we have one of the head directors of Google doing this webinar with us. It's going to be at 5:30 on Wednesday next week. So you can sign up through the Academy Entrepreneurs page. And if you're on our mailing list, you automatically get invited to it. So we are here to help you guys boss your future, succeed, progress. But like I mentioned right at the beginning, entrepreneurship, success, and productivity comes from, number one, you doing what you love, looking after your health, and seeing what puts you in the state of productivity, then acknowledging what tools you need to automate and actually track your progress and make sure that you are progressing. And then that will automatically impact your finance. And we need all of that in life. In life, we need to feel good, have a beautiful community around us. We need to feel good individually for our health, have amazing finance, and have the right tools and team to support us. As one of the leaders behind Academy Entrepreneurs, myself and Nico can speak from experience. We can't do everything by ourselves. We need technology. We need to understand each other's differences. Like, it's just common sense. You can't do everything. So we are here to help you guys. So please let us know, send us ideas. We're going to be doing many more masterclasses. Also, go on my Instagram and Nico's Instagram and send us a message of other topics. But yeah, you guys have my name here, LinkedIn, Instagram, wherever you guys want. We're here to help you guys shine and succeed and achieve all of your goals. So thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Thank you for spending your night with us.
Yes.
Thank you.
And then on the 22nd of July, through Study New South Wales, we're doing an event which is going to be how to turn an idea into your business. And we're going to be bringing some of these successful students at Academy Entrepreneurs to talk about their experience as well. So yes, I'll see you guys next week. Big hugs, but in between, we'll see you guys through Instagram, TikTok, everywhere. See you guys soon. Have a beautiful evening. Thanks for
Have a
joining.
good night, guys. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, guys.